the reality factor through to people. It's about knife attacks. Now, knife attacks are bad. During my career in the police force of 20 years, I survived 9 knife attacks. Your typical martial art techniques can work, they may work, but there's one factor that I cannot bring through to any person. This is a rubber knife. This is Eugene. My students know me. In a reality situation, the person's going to kill you. And that feeling, that horror that you feel when you see a knife in someone's hand is not something I can teach, unfortunately. Suffice to say, knife attacks are bad. Another point you must keep in mind, different cultural groups will use a knife differently. Your typical African person usually will stab, like not from the top there, they stab straight into the heart. That's what they like to do, and they keep on stabbing. Your Caucasian person has sometimes a bigger problem. Razor sharp knife, slicer. If someone's a slicer, run. If you can't run, you're going to die. I'm very confident if I have my knife in my hand, I don't think anyone's going to take me, unless they have a gun, some sort of weapon. So these reality factors, I'm going to try to introduce it as time goes on. First thing is, if someone's got a knife in his hand, is you run. You get away. Go lick your ego at home. Secondly, if you cannot get away, get some sort of weapon. A chair is a really good one, not this way around. You're going to keep the backrest into your face, this way around. You can protect yourself very, very well. There's something in your hand. You can get a stick of some sort. Yeah, try that. But running away is always the best bet. Oh, you have a gun, bang. The first knife attack on me, the guy stabbed me 3 times. I almost died. If it wasn't for my gun, I would have died that day. Now, okay, let's just go through the basic technique. There are techniques that they teach in martial arts studios that if I had enough hair, it would stand up. Because it's got to do a swan, typical swan grip. First stab, catch the swan. I saw that happening. I saw that with one of my colleagues. The guy did a swan grip on the criminal. He simply got the knife with his left hand and he stabbed my colleague in his side. Fortunately, missed the kidney. He was very lucky. So what we're going to do now is just going to do a basic block. Your X block, your uchi-uki. Don't put your hands like that. The blade goes through there, right between those 2 bones. You have artery. You're going to bleed to death. It's better there. If you make a mistake, at least the blade will hit bone. So she's got to block. She's got to get the knife away from my other hand. There. Just turn to the camera. You'll see with her whole leg, she's pressing down on this arm, and immediately she will disable the wrist. Get the knife out of my hand.
One for war, now I am behind you, Lord. Right, so one.
And stab me in the leg and get away immediately. She's got the knife. You must disable the person. You must get the knife away from him. Alright, now let's just look at that again. If she would stab now. In there. Now, there's your position. Pressing the arm down, pushing up there, getting this knife out of the person's hand, getting distance between yourself and the opponent. Alright, that's fair enough. But now, the first time a guy threw a knife on me, he didn't stab like that. He did short cuts at me like that, and then suddenly started stabbing harder and harder. So the thing that I've been taught in the dojo just fell totally. Do your block, do your lock, get the person down. So the moment that person starts moving, you start moving around and throw a jab. kick the leg, that person is not going to feel too comfortable to keep on standing. And if you can get hold of the hand, 2 hands, preferably, hit the person in the face with your head, start hitting the person in the face, and then you do your technique, pressing down, getting the knife out of the hand. If the person's got the knife out next to his side, you can get that hand immediately, grip the hand, hit into the face, under the arm, again into this position, getting the knife out. Alright, these are just basic techniques that you need to practice. But fact is, the person's not going to stab like it. If they do that, you're very, very, very lucky. Remember, get away from the danger situation and run. Or start moving around, start using your left hand, get a weapon, kick the legs, try and get hold of that hand. When you get hold of that hand, don't wrestle for the knife. Person's got the knife there, don't start wrestling. They're going to snatch with that hand. Push the knife away, hit into the face with your head, and then you can do the disabling technique, getting that knife out of the person's hand. Another good one, maybe a technique that will save your life much easier, is a straightforward heel kick. When that person moves, you just kick with everything you've got into the solar plexus. That's saved my life 3 times. It was the second knife attack on me. When the guy moved, I kicked, the knife flung out of his hand, and still cut my body, but the guy was down on the floor. So with a knife situation, it's sometimes way better to attack the person, not to go for the knife itself. They say.